What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video. And today I just wanted to show you some crucial things you can use Kajabi for as a musician. And one of the biggest questions I think musicians get asked or ask themselves is, how do I actually monetize my skills, right? What can I actually offer to the world that earns me a reliable income? And there's a big reason a lot of musicians actually become entrepreneurs in the future, because they find out something they can sell, they get hooked into the process and they really enjoy it, and then they kind of pursue it further down the line, seeing what else they can offer their audience. And so the platform that I've been using for my online business for the past few years is called Kajabi, as you might know. And so what I want to do today is share with you 3 core aspects you can take advantage of inside of Kajabi to build an online presence as a musician. And if you're not a musician, you're in another field, this will be equally as applicable as well. Whether you're selling courses, digital products, whatever it might be, this will be really, really useful for you. So the first thing you want to do as a service provider, let's say as a musician, as a composer, is to provide your services. Maybe you want to write music for other people, you want to orchestrate or mix music, be a sound engineer, whatever that might be. How do you actually do that on Kajabi? So firstly, let me show you the setup of my website here. So I have my domain name, which I've connected to Kajabi's platform. I think my domain is hosted on HostGator. So I just have to check it every so often just to make sure things are going smoothly. But yeah, so this is my front page. I have my lead magnet here at the very top, which I'll talk a little bit more about in step 3. But if we scroll down a little bit, I have my bio, which kind of goes over a little bit of my background and my credits. And then here I actually host my portfolio. So I think as a musician, it's important that you demonstrate some of the work that you've done. It adds a little bit of credibility, which should already be established in your bio, but it's sort of the proof in the pudding, for people to decide whether they want to work with you or not, right? Because if you're offering your services as a composer or an orchestrator, then it would make sense for clients to be able to see and listen to your music to decide whether they like your style or not. So that's what I do on this section of my website. I kind of post some different playlists of work that I've done. This is sort of, for my instrumental pieces. This is my dedicated Christmas album. I did a pop album last year as well. And then I hosted a live recital where I wrote music for piano and all these different orchestral instruments as well. So it just shows a different variety, a set of genres that I write in. And if people want to work with me, they can listen to this music right here. Following that, I then give them buttons to where they can learn more about either of these things. Whether it's my online courses, they want to take the learning into their own hands and they want to learn how to do this stuff themselves, or do they want to hire me to work with them, whether it's to write their music or compose and orchestrate. So let's click Learn More here to take a look. And you can see it opens up a new tab here, a new page. And this is actually a landing page that is inside of Kajabi. And with Kajabi's plans, by the way, they come with unlimited landing pages. So you can create as many of these as you like. You can upload images and videos, anything you want. So it's very flexible in that regard. But anyway, I talk a little bit about what I offer here. I have some of my client projects that I've embedded inside of the landing page, right? And then I share some of my original music and arrangements as well there. So if in case they want to hear my style. And then here at the very bottom, I've included a contact me page where they can email me if they like. So that's essentially how I lay it out here on my website. So in Kajabi's backend, the way you do that is under the website section here on the dashboard, or when you log into Kajabi, you see the design button here. So you click customize, and that takes you directly to the homepage of your website where you can customize everything. So again, here you see my lead magnet at the very top, and then I have my bio, and these are all different sections on Kajabi's website builder. So if we go back, here you can see there's different components that have made up my website. There's a text block at the very top that you can drag around. This text and image for my bio, I can move that up or down on the website. A hero section, right, with all my portfolio. So all this stuff you can customize exactly how you like it, right? Like, let's say one of these videos, you can resize it to take up the entire block, right? As you can see there, it's a little too big. I kind of like having 2 videos next to each other, so I just make both videos size 6 width there. And then here I have my testimonials, and just to quickly show you the buttons really quick. So we call this a call to action button, and the image action goes to a landing page, which is the page that I showed you here. this one right here, right? So again, it's just a separate landing page that you link up to whatever landing page that you've created. And I have so many landing pages because again, they're unlimited on Kajabi. So that's the first thing I would recommend doing, is taking advantage of Kajabi's functionality in terms of connecting things together, whether that's offering services through landing pages or having a contact me button where they can email you directly. You want to make it very easy for them to reach out. And that's something I think a lot of composers tend to miss. Now, another thing you might be wanting to sell on your website is sheet music. So let's talk about that. And again, if you're not in music, that's totally fine. Maybe you just want to sell certain digital products. You can do that very easily through this process. So just to show you, this is my landing page for my different pieces of sheet music. Again, this is the recital that I hosted last year. And so I have all these different buttons that can take them to an individual score that they want to purchase for one of these unique pieces. And all of these buttons are connected to what's called an offer on Kajabi. So it takes them to a checkout page. It tells them what's included. It has their contact info, and they can select, card, Google Pay, PayPal, whatever. And then I have an order bump here as well. So to quickly show you how I have that set up, let's go to landing pages. And then I'm going to go to the sheet music page that I've set up here. So I think that's this page right over here. Let's take a look. Yes, it is. So I'm going to go into that here to show you the back end really quick. So again, this is just a dedicated landing page, and I have a heading at the very top, subheading, and then I've embedded this YouTube video into the page, as well as all these different images or videos, plus a text box as well, so you can see what it's about. Now the button is the most important part, right? So for the button, you go down to the call to action section right here, and then you can of course, influence the text, customize that to your liking, and then you can have that button do different things. Go to a landing page, a checkout page, download a file, go to a URL, whatever it might be. In this case, I have it going to the URL of my offer page. And that offer is that specific piece of sheet music. So it's basically a checkout page as well. And all of these buttons are linked to different offers, as you can see. So the coding for it, or the links, are all different. And then when they actually purchase it, let's get out of here. I'll show you what that looks like. So if we go to offers, and then we take a look at, let's say, one of these pieces of sheet music, first flight, there we go. There's no actual product that's attached to this offer. The offer is essentially what you're selling plus the price point. So in this case, I'm selling each piece of sheet music for 10 bucks. And there's no products that are actually attached. I'm not selling a course with it. I'm not selling a community or a coaching package. It's just a digital file. So this is where the power of automations actually comes in. And at the very bottom here, you can create your own automations, right? So here, the one I've set up is when this offer is purchased, for example, first flight for flute and piano, the full score, then what do? I send them an email, right? So this gets sent automatically right after they make a purchase. I say, here's your score, and then I share the link to the score with them right there. And this link is actually right in Google Drive. So I host all my different products and stuff in Google Drive, all my digital files like sheet music and stuff like that. These are all the different scores. And then I just copied this link for this folder and pasted it inside of this email right there. So that's how I end up sending my digital files through Kajabi without having to use up any of my product slots included in my plan, because Kajabi's plan does come with certain limits on products depending on the plan that you're on. Actually, they recently updated the growth plan, which is the one I'm on, from 15 products, which I was slightly stuck on, to now 50 products. So you have many, many more courses you can create, or communities, coaching, stuff like that. But with offers, you can have unlimited offers. And so it's very, very flexible. So that's the second thing, is if you want to sell digital products or digital files, this is the way to do it. Link directly to a checkout, create an offer, and on the offer itself, this is where you would edit the checkout page as well. The heading, the subheading, the payments, the order bumps, all that stuff is done here. And now the third and final thing is, if you want to build an audience of warm leads, like people who will actually consider buying your stuff, whether it's services or products in the future, you want to be able to collect their information. And this is where email marketing becomes very, very crucial. And I started initially with MailChimp, and ConvertKit, which is now called Kit. And I really enjoy those platforms, but the problem was as my email list grew, I had to pay more and more subsequently. So what I ended up doing was when I moved over to Kajabi, it actually included email marketing within the platform itself for no extra charge, right? So this is why I've been using it for a long, long time. And so email marketing is very, very flexible on Kajabi. All you need to do is create a form which essentially collects both their name and their email address, or just their email address if you like. And then it allows them to be opted into your email list, which again is hosted on Kajabi's platform. So let me quickly show you what that looks like. So if we go into one of my videos on my channel, let's see here, view your channel, and let's go to this video right here. So you see right in the description, I have this link that's a lead magnet, right? It says download my free guide, and it's linked directly to the website, which is again a landing page. So I created a dedicated landing page and I share that link in my video description. And so I have a heading, a subheading, and then this is the form right here. First name, I collect. Their email, I also collect. And then when they click that button, that opts them into my email list, and you can direct them to a thank you page after that. So if we take a look at the forms section here on Kajabi, right? Again, the form is this thing right here. Let's find the one that I've created for that one. It should be called Lush String Writing. There we go. And you can choose whether it's double opt-in or single opt-in. I prefer single opt-in because I want to reduce any friction. So I want that to be subscribed right away. And then again, here you can decide what you want to collect: first name, email, but you can also collect other things: their address, business number, city, country, phone number, state, all that stuff. I just prefer to collect the name and the email address. And again, the automations is where it's super powerful. So if you want to build your email list, that's a great thing to do. Collect their information, and then you want to deliver what you promised them, right? So again, this is another digital product or digital file. I'm just sending them a PDF checklist of whatever I promised them here on this landing page. And another thing I'd like to do is to also subscribe them to an email sequence, which is a funnel that I've created that over delivers with more free value, and then pitches my paid products maybe 3 or 4 days down the line. Like we can take a quick look at that as well. But that's why automations are so powerful, and Kajabi offers them in spades. It just allows you to do so many things without you having to be present there. So important. So here you can see I have 96 subscribe triggers, right? So whenever someone opts into my email list in exchange for a freebie, then they start receiving these emails. So day 0, they get an immediate over deliver. Days 1 and 2 are also more over deliver value. And then day 3 to day 5 are where I start pitching my products, my bundle of courses, whatever it may be. But in your case, if you're not selling an online course, that's totally fine. Like maybe you just want to share details about your upcoming show, or something that's, something you just want your audience to know about. That's where you'll be using email sequences to be sending emails to your people automatically for, right? So it's, those are sort of a couple things that I would recommend looking into if you are a musician or a creator of any sort, and you're looking for a platform to help you do everything you need to do in one place. Kajabi is a really great platform for that. And again, I've been using it for many, many years. So just to quickly recap, number 1 is to offering, your services, your products, or whatever that may be, do it on your website. And I would usually recommend doing it underneath your biography so that people have a clear idea of who you are and then what are you offering. And then you can link those to landing pages or whatever you want to make it super clear for them to navigate. The second thing is the digital files, right? If you're selling digital files, you can just create an offer, have it linked to an automation, which then sends them that file digitally, and you can link that to whatever platform you host your digital files on. In my case, it's Google Drive. You could use Dropbox or anything else really. And the third and final thing is taking advantage of email marketing, building your email list, building an audience of warm leads who are interested in what you have to offer. All of that can be done inside of Kajabi, and its email marketing is very powerful as well. So hopefully that all made sense. Let me know if you have any questions below. And if you are curious about trying out Kajabi for your own business, or even just you want to follow along with these steps and start creating a an audience of warm leads who actually can follow you and become part of an intricate, intimate community, Kajabi is again a great place to do that. So if you want to try it out for yourself, they usually give you a 14-day free trial on their website. But if you use my affiliate link down below in the description, christophercu.com/Kajabi, I can get you an extended 30-day free trial on the platform plus 2 bonus mini courses as a thank you for using my link. The first one is called Kajabi in 30 days. And so this one you'll get access to immediately after signing up for your free trial. Basically, it walks you through step by step how to start building your business on the platform, so you're not really guessing along the way. You can just follow the steps and start putting everything we just talked about into practice. The second one is called Content Marketing for Creatives. So if you want to learn my exact business model for putting out free content into the world and then monetizing it on the back end, this is exactly what this course goes through. So once you become a paying member of Kajabi, whether it's on the monthly plan or the annual plan, just send me a copy of your receipt and I'll grant you manual access to that course as well. Again, showing you how to take your business to that next level and really scale your growth in your business, your income, while earning back your time and the freedom in the process. So in any case, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next video and I will see you very soon. Take care.